This is all these weird squiggly lines. I was trying to think of a way to teach to brand new people. This little quick lesson, probably going to take about 5 minutes, is for people who are 100% brand new and have no idea what we're talking about. Okay. This, when I was brand new to trading, is how I viewed the entire market. Lines going here, squiggles up, down, left, right. I had no clue what was going on. I could not make heads or tails of anything. And to me, this represents the entire market, or basically what you have a view of. Lines going everywhere. What the hell's going on? Now, I could sit here and I could, hey, look, here's a line segment right here. All right, I could maybe try to do something, but this is just a mess. If I asked you to try to trade this, you'd look at me like I was crazy. All right. So what we need to do is and I'm talking to the brand new people, we need to focus on just one or two things. We need to get all this noise out of our heads. We need to get away from all this is just chaos. Okay. We need to get away from that, and we need to focus on just a few things. Let's say 10 tickers. All right. Boom. All right. Focus on 10 tickers. Now it's still a mess, and we don't have any clue which way they're going and which way's up and which way's down. We don't have any idea what's going on, but we've at least zoomed and focused in on a couple of things, a couple of tickers, and have a little bit better understanding, so we're not just dealing with this noise nonstop. All right. Now, how do we trade this? How do we come up with a system that we can say, okay, well, I think I figured out that this line right here is going this way, but how am I going to do this? How am I going to trade this? This line at any moment could change direction, and I don't know I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how to do TA. I don't know anything. So I still can't trade this safely. Now I could use blind luck, and I know people hate that word, but I could use blind luck and I could be right, just getting lucky, but that's not a system, and that doesn't work, and that's going to end up draining your account. So what I do is I look for pivots, and a pivot to me can be anything. You're going to hear them called everything: support, resistance, buyers, sellers, demand zones. You can read any technical book you want under the sun, and they're going to have a fancy title for it. But I think of it like ping pong, back, forth, back and forth, back and forth, a pivot. All right. And you hear me talk about it all the time. Now, how do I identify a pivot? All right. We can use technical terms, but I'm not going to. We're going to keep it super simple and super sweet. I don't know if these are BBs or bouncing balls or what they are, but we're looking at a ticker. Let me find a blank one. Okay. I guarantee you none of those are blank. What's a random one? Apple had one on it. Willis Towers. Never messed with that one. All right. So here's a completely blank slate. All right. And
so like, what are you looking for? I can give you a ticker if you want.
No, I was just looking for something that I hadn't have any TA on.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all I was looking for. All right. So I'm not in this. I'm not saying trade this. Okay. I just want a blank slate. How do we read this? If you're brand spanking new, your stuff is going to look like this. And I recommend very quickly getting off this for a bunch of reasons. I'm not going to get into it, but even if you don't understand what they mean, train yourself to start looking at candles at least like this. If you want to do hollows, that's fine, All right, but at least get on the candles. It's probably one of the greatest things you can do when you're brand new. All right. How do I trade
more data?
This? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm brand new. I don't know anything about this. And I wish somebody would have freaking told me this when I first started. Okay. I don't know anything about any of the indicators, the MACD, the stochastic, any of these. I don't know shit about any of these. But what can I do to try?
You know more than a stupid tomato.
What can I do? What can I do to try to get this under control? What kind of method can I do? All right. So if I notice, so right here, these are BBs, okay, or bouncy balls or whatever. If I notice that every time that they bounce right here, I throw 1,000 of them or 100 of them. If every time they bounce right here, there's something here, even if I can't see it. All right. And the same analogy applies to the charts. And this is what I consider to be the most basic form of pivots. So if you are brand spanking new and you don't know shit about the market, you don't know any indicators, you don't know anything, you can go tonight or in the morning and do this and already have a leg up above all the other green people that don't know what they're doing. All right. And what I'm going to do real quick is show you the most simple basic with lines. Okay. So right here, now I'm on the daily. All right. I'm trying to save time, so I'm not going to do the full thing. What is the highest? I call it a swing high. All right. What is the highest point right here? Most things automatically mark it for you. They'll show you the highest thing on the chart. So I'm gonna put me a line right there. All right, get as close as I can. I'll make it bigger so everybody can see it. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom and I'm gonna put a line at the lowest low, which is right there. Most charts will indicate it. All right, boom. And just based off of these two things, oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna stick a random one right here, ignore it. Okay, just based off of these two right here, you already have a leg up and more data than most people have who are blindly trying to trade. You have the start of a channel. Okay, now this is on the daily and it's not really that much helpful information, but nothing else. You have the start of turning this, or sorry, not this one. I gotta zoom out. You have started by just simply putting those two lines. You have turned this noise into something that resembles this. All right. And by putting a line both above and below, you have now designated an invisible target that seems to always magically bounce off it no matter what. All right. Now, we want more than that. I like Intel. Intel is good because I like probability. And the more probable something is, the more I like it. Now, we're going to use a bouncing ball. All right. So we drop a ball and it bounces on the ground level. And it comes up and it bounces again. And it bounces again and it bounces again. Now we know the ground is there, okay, under our feet. But this is a perfect example of what I'm trying to teach. It always bounces right here, right here, right here, right here. Okay, that's a pivot to me. That's a pivot point. All right. Now we're going to take the exact same example I was doing. Now, me personally, I like to go for the middle of these two. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% in the middle, but we're going to be looking for the same thing. Where does it bounce the most, or where does it touch the most? Where do the most candles touch?
You want like to call it?
Wow.
The gravitational pull line. So
Nice.
where are, yeah, there we go.
Nice. Oh, look. And not a surprise. Not only is there a hard swing right here, there's a little tiny gap there as well. And she touches a bunch of points as well. Now, let's keep doing this. And it's about to become a mess. I'm sorry. I'm going to start focusing on every place that it changed direction. Now that I have a top,
Can I say something really quick, Jay? And it's not going to be long, I promise. So that middle line, everyone, what is so important. So he went to the top and he went to the bottom. And then when he was looking for, it's not necessarily just the middle point. It's what area hits the most sections of the candles, right, that are available that you're analyzing. That's all I just wanted to know.
In between these two.
Exactly.
Now, it just so happened here that it was roughly in the middle. What I'm going to do from here, now remember, this is for brand new people out here that have no clue about anything, no TA, no indicators, no nothing. All right. You can literally do this tonight and tomorrow morning and already become a better trader. All right. Now look right here. Now I'm getting away from the middle. I don't see anything too much else on this side of note yet, but right here, look, there's a beautiful pivot right here. All right. Now it's not going to be 100% accurate, but boom, I'm going to put one here. So I'm going to come back over to this side now and I'm going to look. There was one right here, but this is close enough to where my line is, so I'm going to ignore it. All right. I see a gap here that's going to draw my attention. All right. I'm going to put one right here. No, actually, I'm gonna put one right here because it touched there, got a touch here, here. All right, I'm gonna do that right here, trying to maximize the touches. Bad as that sounds. All right, I'm gonna come in here, come look at the bottom. Where does it touch the most? Where does the most candles touch? All right, there looks good to me. All right, and look, see this big candle right here? That's definitely a change. Gonna put one right there. What else we got? So this channeled in here. We got some channeling and a bounce in here. We got some channeling in here. I'm gonna stick one right here, believe it or not. Look at there. Right here. She came up, came back down. Look, look right here, there was a touch there. Okay. So I could also probably stick one right here. I'm gonna stick one right here too. Look on this side. Look at where it channeled, went below, and then came back up. Now, if you haven't noticed, I've now filled all, well, I could put more, but I've filled this thing up, and you don't require any TA. You don't require any kind of indicators. You don't have to be able to read a chart. You don't have to be able to read shit. Now, magically, let's go to today. All right. And I didn't once come look over here, I swear. Look at this. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Look right here, just sticking, filling lines on little pivot points here. Red doesn't pop. Let's get something that pops. Look, I already have two, and I got my channel. Look at that. Bow. You don't have to know shit about TA. I'll be looking for this thing to make a move above here or below here.
Can I ask a question that I think is vital and it's been asked a lot, right?
Go right ahead.
Are you, and this is, and for me, right? When I'm using my pivots, I'm usually looking for a close, not just a break, a close above that point. Absolutely. To usually initiate some kind of actionable thing. I don't know if you are the same, or are you just looking for a simple break in the levels?
No, I do actually, especially on the dailies. Okay. It's a little bit of a different story with my 5 minute, but I'll get into that later.
No, I was just doing it, and I do this off the daily too. That's why I was asking on the daily chart.
Oh, no, absolutely. Now the wick can come down as far as it wants. All right, hypothetically, but as long as she closes back up in, I still consider it viable.
Thanks, Jay.
The same thing here. She broke above, she broke above, but came back in. So we're still in the channel. I'm actually a very patient man, and I would rather see it come down, kiss it, and then keep moving away. That's that Wyckoff thing I keep talking about.
Love it.
But look right here. Okay, so for all the brand new, absolutely brand new people who don't know anything about TA whatsoever, I have this, and you could have done this. Okay, I have all these levels to watch, and I haven't done a lick of research. I haven't done anything. I haven't looked at dark pools. I haven't done any TA. And look, boom, 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 boom. All right. I would almost say that you can't go overboard as long as you just stick them on the obvious reversals, like I did here. Okay. Scroll back and then look, and man, bam, look at that. All right. Now, if this thing starts running this way and you don't know what to do, but you know it's heading down, all right, I would buy, hypothetically, I would buy in, and then I would be looking to take my profit before it hit right here. And then the same thing to the upside. Now I'd probably stick another level right here because of that. That's clearly something going on. All right. But same thing. If it ran above right here and I didn't know what to do, I'd start taking my profits right here. I'd have no compunction clearing 50% of my position right here. Great move. Look at that $6 move over the course of a couple days. Boom. All right. And the point I'm trying to make of this is you don't have to have any knowledge of technical analysis. You don't have to read 50 books. You don't have to do anything. Any human can come and sit down and add these levels on their own. All right. And more importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, you have a thesis, a plan, you have an entrance and an exit. Because one of the greatest things I counsel new people with is the fear and the heart rate and all that. And the human mind is way better at handling risk if you have a plan and position. And this is what we mean by a plan and position. If you know that you're starting here and the finish line is here, you are way less likely to make really crappy decisions if it fluctuates just a little bit and you panic. All right. This is what we teach, and this is what we're trying to teach y'all. Look, have an entrance, have an exit, have a target, have a thesis. All right. Do want to continue on with this. So it doesn't have to be a straight line.
I would
and
just
showed
like to
y'all
say,
that.
J. Rich, that was actually fantastic. And there's a lot of knowledge to be learned right there in that presentation. So good job, man.
Absolutely. I do want to point out that we're always just looking at straight lines, guys, gals. Okay. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It doesn't. It can be a descending wedge or a flag or a pennant or anything like that. It does not have to be horizontal lines. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible to show y'all. But like I said with my TSM earlier, that one with the yellow line coming down, it was perfectly acceptable. We could see it bouncing just like this. I mean, literally verbatim like this on that TSM chart I showed, or TMS. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now this is also called a consolidation or a spring, and we'd be looking for this thing to, when we release the spring, go boom up or boom down. All right. Now don't freak out when you see this. All right. This is actually a Bessel function, but don't worry about that. The gravity shark set in the middle. All right. These are line representations of what I like to see in Wyckoff. And there's more patterns than this. Let me zoom a little bit without it getting too crappy.
Without sounding like a total nerd, that one I can envision like a normal distribution, like bell curve on that one. The other one's a little bit more foreign to me.
Yeah. Same thing here. But yeah, no, but the point I'm trying to make at is I'll be preaching bearish above and I'll be teaching bullish above and bearish below, excuse me. All right. And you will see me draw a line right here. And then you'll see me draw a line right here. And I'll say when it gets above this, I'll be looking for the upside. And when it gets below this, I'll be looking for a downside. But that's no guarantee that it will continue on. It may just keep cycling back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But if I have an upside target and it breaks above, we got a whole run right here until she comes back down. And here's different patterns and different examples of how it's not exactly a linear sine wave in the market. So here's the zero line, the gravity line, whatever Shark's talking about, and then I'll have a level. So like right here, I'd put bullish above here and bearish below here. And it may dip above and it may not. It may just stay channeling sideways. Here's a retest to the means. So it's the same thing with this. I'm sorry for the graph. Please don't panic about it, but this was literally the best representation of what I could find.
This is very good, man. Don't apologize.
Nobody wants to see math, man. Nobody.
Shut your mouth. Don't you talk bad about math. Math is the ultimate leveler. Stop it.
But for those that are curious or don't know, that this is a representation of Bessel or Bessel function. All right. So that's it with my 101 presentation.